And you mentioned, yeah, like the regen. I don't know if I probably missed like the developer update on that one. Like, what was the thought process on that one? Like adding that as kind of like the middle between just buying a light shield and a heavy shield.
I think there was some amount of like, we were like, hey, could we add something that's in that in-between space? Because particularly with shields, there wasn't a whole lot of design space, we felt like, so we wanted to be like a little cautious. We did feel like there was a lot of ability chip damage in the game, things like Sova shocks. We knew we were adding Teo. We were like, oh, could we get people to do things like tank a little bit of the Teo rocket damage and then go for a cheeky kill and then get out? But I think for the most part, it's about manipulating economy. It's about, figuring out, hey, can I get a little bit more value in this circumstance? Because we really value decision making within the shop as a design team. We think it's interesting. We never want the game to feel too much like I had the wrong item build or whatever for the round. But that's kind of where we're at with the regen shields is how do we make the shop decision around shields and armor a little bit more interesting without, causing something too chaotic or too crazy? Because pre-ship we tried like a lot of really, really crazy stuff on armor, and we were like, oh, it's too whack, it's too bad for the game. So
I'm actually curious, like what kind of stuff did you play around with?
I'll pass the mic to Kusar just because I've been talking a lot, and he was more around in that time. So
good.
yeah.
Which one's that for?
Just like what armors we tested.
Oh, yeah.
Like even pre-ship, or I guess
Yeah.
we could talk about prototypes.
Some of the prototypes we had, we had like what is like a small amount of armor, like for like just like 10 armor or and then I think at a certain point it's like, what if it was like the ISO shield, like that kind of armor. So there's a lot of these things where like we test them so we can push it to understand the game better and align kind of around what we think it should be. Usually when we have something that's a prototype and then it doesn't do well, it helps us align still. But it's like, okay, we know we don't want to do that. Like maybe in the future, maybe not now. So there was like a lot of stuff to test, and for the most part, we might revisit some of the ones that like I didn't mention. So I'm like, we'll probably see it possibly in the future, or we could talk about it when we're like really defining like no.
Yeah.
What's the identity of the armor compared to all the other ones? Dan had a really good point around like it lets you take damage, it lets you take ability damage and kind of regen it, so you can change how you strategize. You're not fully like out of a molly, right? So you can push it a little bit if you want to take that risk. It like makes tactical decisions more interesting in many cases, as well as like strategic decisions. So if we can find armors that do that, then that's the way we'd want to push it, but not to be like, oh, check out this armor that like stealths you or something. Like we don't want it to be like overpowering. We think the agents and a lot of the guns should be doing a lot of that like dynamic, like adding dynamic to the game.